How's it going, PC gamers? Bobby here from ironhammers.org. I am back. I am in slightly different surroundings, as you can see if you look around me, but I'm sure you're not too bothered about that. I'm here today to show you the Diablo III headset from SteelSeries. Quick look at the specifications. It has a frequency range of 18 to 28,000 Hz, a headset cable of 1 meter or 3 feet, a USB extension cable of 2 meters or 6.5 feet, USB gold-plated jack. It doesn't have 3.5mm connections at all. Then the microphone has active noise reduction up to 20 decibels, frequency range of 50 to 16,000 Hz, pickup pattern which is unidirectional, and a sensitivity of minus 38 decibels. Now I'm not sure exactly if that is the exact microphone that is on the new Frost, which I think is an updated one, but that's the specifications that it has on the box. You might want to check that microphone out for yourself if you're planning to buy it. I'm not entirely sure about which microphone it has on, but I'm sure somebody might leave a comment and let me know. Anyhow, it opens up in a nice box at the front. You can kind of get your first glimpse of the headset in there, if I can get the light correct. The back of the box, the sides of the box, even the bottom of the box, and the best esports team in the world, Evil Geniuses, on the top of the box. So let's open the box. So I managed to get this onto my desk, just about, get the camera somewhere where you can pretty much see it, but unfortunately the audio decided not to record, so I'm narrating back over the footage. Hopefully it works out well. As you can see, the front of the box there, and we can open it up and have a quick look on the inside. First glimpse of the headset itself, as beautiful as it is. A bit hard to see with the reflection of my face there. A little bit of information about the headset on the inside of the box. It tells you a little bit about how the headset is optimized for Diablo, and goes on to tell you a little bit about Diablo itself, and some nice artwork on there too, just to make it all nice. Another quick look in the side of the box you can see, and it's time to try and open it up. As ever, you never know how tricky these things are going to be to get out of their boxes, but this one wasn't quite bad, and that lovely red plastic, which I think I'd take a bit of more of a closer look at in a moment. But there is the Diablo SteelSeries headset. But inside the box, it does come with that little bag you can see there, which has the usual SteelSeries stuff. There's a quick start guide for the headset. I'm sure you're pretty much aware of what's inside there. Then there is a link to steelseries.com/downloads, which is where you can get the latest drivers, SteelSeries engine this one uses. A little leaflet, as ever, with some of SteelSeries other products. And finally, this one was worth a bit of a giggle. It's a warning not to have it too loud, because it could cause permanent damage to your hearing. So remember that, guys, if you pick up a headset of any kind, I guess. And finally, a SteelSeries sticker, which you get in all of their products. And now take another look at this box, and it's really hard to see on the camera with the lighting, but the back of the plastic is like a normal plastic, and the front of it is like a velvety kind of finish put on top of the plastic, like some sort of coating. It's just a package at the end of the day, but it's kind of nice to see them trying to make even the inside of the boxing look quite nice. So moving on, I will attempt to remove the headset from the box. It's fastened in by a couple of these wrap tie things. I don't actually know what they're called. I've never known what they're called, but we all know what they are. And then there's one other little kind of plastic clip to get it out of there. And there's the first glimpse of the headset in full glory, and a glance at the Diablo on top. But the other stuff that comes in the box, this is the 2 meter extension cable. And the first thing I noticed about that was, although on the box it's noted to be a gold-plated USB connector, the one on the left of the screen here is gold-plated on the headset itself, but the extension cable is actually not gold-plated. So it's probably quite a minor thing, but just to let you know, it says gold-plated on the box, but the extension cable you're plugging it into actually isn't, which is a little bit of a shame. But it's just an extension cable at the end of the day, with a USB on my keyboard. I should be using the normal one. So look at the top of the headset, nice Diablo logo with that kind of like tribally sort of design on it. I don't know what you call it, like a tribal tattoo, I guess, in some respects. And then on the ear cups you can see it is of course a Frost V2 design, but it's slightly different. You can see that little pointy bit on the top there, the Diablo 3 logo, and inside the ear cups here They've also added a little bit of extra detail just to make it look a little bit more Diablo-esque, I guess, and a nice red mesh in there, which is pretty hard to get focused on the camera. But never mind, I'm sure you've seen the photos of the mesh on all the Siberias before. It feels quite steady in the hands, and nice leather ear cups on there also. And now to open up this little bag and have a look at the connection, which is the actual gold plated one, as I mentioned just a moment ago. And here we have the inline remote, which has, if I can get the little bit of polystyrene stuff off it, it has a switch for microphone mute on and off, and on the side there's a volume slider to adjust the volume of the headset, which of course is always handy to have without having to mess around with your computer settings to change the volume, so that's a bonus. There is the connection with a nice little SteelSeries logo on there, gold plated as I said, that one. And it does of course have a USB sound card in there, and it is only USB. You can't use a 3.5mm connection, unfortunately, on this headset. But it sounds pretty nice by USB, because I have been using it since I originally recorded this video and lost the audio somehow. The nice red and black braided cable, which, as I point out here, unfortunately the extension cable isn't braided like that either. As I open it up, it is a good quality cable. It's got those kind of ridges on, I'm not sure if you know what I mean, where the cable is ridged and it makes it feel a bit more strong than just a normal flat cable. I don't know why that is, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Like I say, it's hard to show that on camera again. But yeah, it is a shame that the extension cable isn't as pretty and braided as the red and black cable that we get on the headset itself. So as I take one final look at the cable and attempt to try and plug it in to my computer, I change my mind and decide that I should probably not do that just yet. So let's try and do that somewhere else, shall we, guys? So I got it plugged in the end, guys, a few days after I recorded that first footage, but now you can see it on my head. I do have quite a small head, so it looks rather large. You can see the microphone's all flexibler and retracts back into there. So a quick look at the headset while it's lit up, I guess. We can see the lights in action, and these can be set different ways. You can set them to pulse with your music or your game sounds, or you can change the brightness, and you can change, you can make them just kind of flash on and off. It looks even nicer once it's lit up, and the camera picks that red light up as kind of pinky, but I can assure you when you see it in the flesh, it is a very red light, which you can kind of see on the camera as we take it off. So as I plonk it back on my head, guys, thanks for watching my unboxing of this SteelSeries Diablo headset. Do subscribe for more PC gaming content, unboxings and all kinds of good stuff. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/ironhammers, and don't forget to check out ironhammers.org.